We're here. Hope. Dude, I almost got stuck coming in here.
Me too.
Multiple times.
Backing in.
All right, we're gonna get sleds loaded and get the day started. It's about to get real, about to get really real. We're gonna unload this trailer, show you what's on it here.
Take this thing out.
Here she is, 2003 Polaris RMK 700. Picked this puppy up pretty cheap. This thing is actually super crazy clean and really good shape. If you can't tell from being over 20 years old, it's about as clean as it gets. So I do want to try to not totally trash it, but today we're gonna be doing the cheap snowmobile challenge. Snow machines or snowmobiles have come a long way since the early 2000s. These are all kind of the newer style right here. That's a 2019 up there. Lots changed. They're all tall and narrow like dirt bikes now. This guy, it's like a bathtub. It's old school, it's heavy, pretty hard to counter steer. Paddles aren't as big, but we're gonna push it, see where she can go. Basically prove that you can still use an old snowmobile to go where you wanna go. So we're gonna get all packed up and get moving here. So the whole point of this cheap snowmobile challenge is to see if I can keep up with Matt on this old ass snow machine right here. See if I can keep up with him on his new ass snow machine right there. So we're gonna see how it goes. What do you guys think? Think I'll be able to keep up? I have no idea. But we're not just gonna be riding a trail. We're gonna take this thing up in the freaking mountains. I'm gonna get in creek beds, try to hit some steep hills, get in the trees, probably get into a situation. So let's see what happens.
Deep.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be that much deeper up the hill. Good as new.
Cram. Bam.
Bam. We're heading to the mountains right now. I don't know whose idea this was.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea.
Dumping snow too.
It is probably the worst possible day to be riding in the mountains, but we're going anyway.
We have committed.
We're on a snow machine trail with your Ford.
I don't think we're gonna be able to turn around.
It's like bottlenecking down on us. There might not be a place to turn around out here.
If we dip a tire like even just a little bit off the road,
It's a good thing you don't have a winch.
Going deep.
So I think the deal is I'm gonna try to follow Matt wherever he goes, except I gotta take this old snow machine right here. So we're gonna see what happens. Things start.
Look at that knot. Hey Charlie! Oh!
Think it'll start first pull?
I doubt it. Oh. Oh, dick!
This is it. The day begins.
Saddle up.
You can't tell where we're at right now, but we're like actually in the mountains.
We're gonna saddle up and send it, bud. One of those.
What do you think? Do you like honestly think I'll be able to keep up with it?
Absolutely not. Yeah, no. You're dead. This is what you call a bad idea.
Well, let's do it.
All right. I do.
I do.
Look at this.
Yep.
Crazy.
Wanna get deep? Oh my God. All right. Oh,
Make it.
it's bogging. I think it's messed up. Whoa, pretty deep. Well, we'll see. I might bog too bad. Yeah, hopefully I don't bog too much to even ride.
Yeah, you're gonna have a problem.
It's bogging super bad.
Even when it was on the trail?
Yeah, whenever you pinned it, it like kind of bogged. It wasn't doing that before. Well, guess what? We're broke down. I made it nowhere. I made it up the first hill and got stuck right there. And it is definitely not running right now. So game over. I got like 0 power at all. It's bogging really bad. So we're gonna go back to the truck.
Well, I've never done this before, but we're back at Matt's cabin, and weather's actually getting nice out, so we're gonna try to get this thing running so we can use it tonight. So what is going on is the carburetors were messed with and adjusted, and they're adjusted incorrectly, so it's running really bad. So I've never messed with carburetors in my life somehow, for some crazy reason, but I'm gonna take the plates off the carburetors and adjust the needles and the clips and everything in them and see if I can get it jetted properly. So that's what we're gonna do, see what happens. And what the sled's doing is when I pin the throttle, which you have to do when you're in the deep powder half the time, it just bogs out really bad and I've got no power. So there's some kind of incorrect fuel air mixture going on. So see if we can adjust it and get it dialed. We'll see. So what you need to adjust your carburetor is a Phillips head screwdriver and a 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench for this 2003 Polaris RMK, 700 RMK. So where I'm trying to get into is right here and right here. And this is a rack style carburetor. Once again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm trying to teach myself this right now. And I've got a friend kind of guiding me through it. First thing we're gonna do is pull this vent tube off, get it out of the way. Next thing I'm gonna do is take off these screws on top of the carburetor. Make sure you don't lose anything. It's all tiny small parts. Now we're gonna take the faceplate off. And there should be a gasket on it right there. Leave that all intact. And get this other side off now. And that's what's awesome about these old snow machines like this. It's nice and easy to work on compared to the new ones. Everything's right in your face. Be really careful not to drop any screws or parts down into anything here. So all 4 screws are removed. And get this faceplate off with the gasket. There we go. So now both the faceplates are off the top of the carburetors. So now what I'm gonna do is hold the throttle wide open. So I'll just press the throttle all the way down and it's going to lift / raise the carb slides to the top. Like that. See how that lifts? So that's my throttle. When I push in the throttle, lifts all that up. So what I'm gonna do here is tie my throttle down. And that way it's holding my throttle down wide open. Like that. Kind of just make the ski strap worse. You can either do this or have a buddy hold it. So the throttle's wide open, tied down. So now we're gonna go back in here. Now see everything's nice and lifted so I can get in here. So I just loosened this little bolt up right there with my 2.5 millimeter Allen key. Just a little bit. If you guys look down here, so I just slid this little hook over right there. And now it exposed the needle so I can pull this needle totally out. There's a plastic washer under this needle, so I have to be really careful not to lose that when I pull this needle out. What to do? I'm about to pull out the needle. It's supposed to be a plastic washer.
Never start again, right in front of a driveway.
Ooh. Gotcha. Yeah, see that? You can adjust that so it's going to come up one tiny notch.
Oh my God, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts.
Move it one position upward, which leans out the fuel delivery. All right, so you guys can see this is the needle right there. If you look in the needle, there's a little tiny C-clip right there. And there's these little positions. So if you go up with the C-clip, it leans out the fuel mixture. So it uses less oil. If you go down, it thickens it up, uses more oil. So we're gonna move it up one position to make it leaner and see if that'll fix it. And there you go. Now you can see it's on the third position. So let's put it back in there. And it's in. And that little hook just keeps the needle from sliding out. All right, so the left side is done. So let's get this right side. Carefully pull this needle out. There it is. Now we're going to, same thing, this is on the second position, so we're gonna move that C-clip up one position. I'm gonna drop the needle back in, slide the hook back over the needle, hold it in place, and go ahead and tighten the bolt down that holds the hook in place. Oh, hope this thing rips again. Come on, baby. Okay, everything is tightened back up. So now we're gonna drop the carb covers back on. Make sure the gaskets are all lined up well. Same thing here. And screws back in place. I'm gonna crank that back down. And get this right side plate cover on now. And I'm gonna go ahead and crank this down. And just like that, we're good. Now we can try it out and see what happens. Carb has been adjusted. All right, fire it up. See how it does. Should probably undo the throttle there. All tied down full throttle. That would have been a doozy. Oh man. It would have ran up and everything. It would have ran you over. Oh, dick. All right. Nut. Fixed it. Runs perfect.
Yeah, take it down in the box.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get some gloves. Sweet. It fixed it. It fixed it. Shout out to Ryan for those directions. Thank you, man. Okay, took it out in the powder. It's running like a top now, running awesome, but my belt is slipping crazy bad. And I look down here and the belt adjustment is super off. So I'm gonna show you guys how to adjust your belt really quick. The first thing you have to do is take off your clutch cover here. So we're gonna get that off there, slide that pin out. That should come off like that. Usually you put these pins right back in place. That way there's no way you can lose them. These are your two clutches, and this is your belt tier, obviously. And you can see your belt has these little low saddles right there and the high ridges. You want that low saddle to line up with the top of your clutch right there. So if you look at this belt really closely, you'll see that that low saddle is down into the clutch too much, sunk in too much. So we need to bring it up. All right, get everything dialed. Let's go head up to the cabin, take it easy, get some dinner going, maybe a couple beers going. I'm about to call it here in a minute. All right, yes. So we just went out for a little night ride to the local bar, and I'm gonna chill in the cabin, enjoy the rest of the night, and see you guys in the morning.